Okay, this is Dave. I'm from drugabusefocus.com. That's the site that you see in front of you right now. And what we're going to talk about today is marijuana a gateway drug? Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that say it's not, and they quote studies that say it's not. But there are plenty of studies that say that it is as well, including the largest one ever done. Their conclusion was that it is a stepping stone or a gateway drug. And if you think about it, it really makes sense. And again, I know there's going to be people that argue and they use marijuana for what they consider benign purposes. I don't think there's any benign purposes aside from medical prescription, which has been dubious, especially in California. Perhaps there is some benefit to glaucoma patients or some general pain relief. But beyond that, I really think it's more of an excuse than the reality. There's plenty of other medications that are available to take care of those problems. But even so, I mean, I'm not trying to say that people can't use marijuana for medicinal purposes. Certainly it's possible. But let's look at, just putting all the studies aside, let's just talk about common sense, okay? Look, the fact of the matter is, an addictive personality is an addictive personality, and someone may very well start out on marijuana or alcohol or anything else and move up to more powerful drugs. It just makes sense. There's chemical interactions in the brain that may make someone more susceptible to be an addictive personality. A lot of it depends on your genetic makeup. Oftentimes, the children of alcoholics are susceptible to becoming alcoholics themselves. Is it nature or nurture? Is it your environment or is it the genes that you inherited? That's the question that researchers are still hashing out and answering. But the fact of the matter is, there does seem to be some type of correlation, regardless of what the root cause of that correlation ends up being. So I think that if you are a person that is currently using marijuana, and you're telling yourself that it's not a gateway drug, well, you may or you may not be right. Let's just put it that way. You may or may not be right about that. But the fact of the matter is that not everybody who uses marijuana goes on to harder drugs. But on the other hand, I'm certain, and I think the studies have proven that there are plenty of people that do go on to harder drugs. So I think you need to be very careful when you use marijuana. But the ultimate question, is it a gateway drug? I would say, again, there's studies that support both sides of the debate. But let's just say, using common sense, it only makes sense that it certainly can be a gateway drug. And in situations like that, my opinion is, and always has been, it's better to err on the side of caution. Meaning, why bother with marijuana in the first place? It's illegal. It can get you in trouble. You can go to jail potentially, although the penalties are being reduced lately, especially in places like California. But at the same time, I mean, why would you even want to risk it? It's just not worth it. So those are my thoughts on, is marijuana a gateway drug? And my opinion is yes. Okay, maybe not 100% of the time. Not everybody is going to become addicted, but I think the chances are greater, and I think the studies have shown that the chances are greater that if you are using marijuana, your chances are greater to moving on to a stronger, more powerful drug than if you never used any type of illicit substance. So those are my thoughts. Feel free to comment. I know there's going to be angry people, and that's fine. You can be angry and you can leave your comments. I don't have a problem with that. However, I think, there's plenty of people that are asking the question, is marijuana a gateway drug? And I hope I help to shed some light on that. Maybe it's not a yes or no answer, but I think the chances are greater that it is. Drugabusefocus.com is the website you see in front of you. Thank you very much for watching.